Welcome to the Voice of Prosperity, unlocking the hidden secrets to the power of prosperity in your money, your life, and your business. Get ready for your heart to be touched in a powerful way with your friend and host, Matthew Miglin.
I want to talk to you today about why everyone needs a coach. If you want to do anything extraordinary in life, if you really want to make a difference in the world, if you want to build a platform, if you want to build an amazing business, if you want to build a church or a ministry or a business that really makes a difference in the world, or a product to launch that you think will, make a huge impact, you want to have a great marriage or relationship, or you want to just do something as far as influencing others with, teaching and creating books or writing books or any kind of just anything in life that you really want to do that'll make a difference, that'll be something big, that'll be something extraordinary. I have not seen anyone do it without a coach. And you could say, oh, sure, there's tons of people that have done things without a coaches, but I haven't seen them. Everyone's had a coach, and maybe they didn't call him a coach because, time has changed and coaching is more common today, but they might have been called a consultant, or maybe they were called a mentor, or maybe they were, someone who was being apprenticed by someone that they looked up to. Maybe it had a different name. Maybe it had a different connotation, but basically the same thing is they were taught by someone who knew more than themselves. And that's coaching. Now, maybe something you actually pay for, and maybe something that you didn't have to pay for. Maybe your father or one of your parents or mother, or both parents, or maybe an uncle was a coach and a mentor to you or to a person and helped them be successful. Maybe it was a family friend. So not all of them require having paid a fee to be able to get the benefits from, but they're still were part of their life and why they were so successful. I love to use an example of Tiger Woods. When he at one point of his career, he actually had 3 coaches. That's right, 3 coaches at the same time. Why do you think he did that? Because he needed someone to see what he couldn't see, to identify his weaknesses, to identify something that he would not be able to see himself. Because it's so often we cannot see our own weaknesses, or we cannot identify sometimes all our own strengths, or we cannot see sometimes the flaws or the errors that we have ourselves. We need others. That's why this race in life is not for lone rangers. It's for those who will work together with others and listen and be teachable. Teachability is so critical in life if you want to be successful in anything. Look at Michael Jordan. He had a coach from the time he was a young kid. He had a coach, and those coaches made him better and better and better and better. Now, he did a lot of self-coaching where he did a lot of things before or after practice, working harder, doing extra, hoops and dribbles and all those practices he did on his own and stuff. But those things are what came out of being coached. If you look at some of the big players on the scene who were successful in Olympics, they all had coaches, the best in the world, right? Ones who wear the gold or silver or bronze gold medals at the Olympics. They're the best of the best, literally the best in the world, right? When you win that gold medal, you're the best in the world. None of them, not one of them, have reached that level without having a coach at some point in their career and their life. None of them. So why do we think we can go into business and be successful without a coach or mentor? Why do we think we can go into a marriage and just it'll just work because we know what we're doing, right? Why do we think we can start a church or a ministry or an organization without a coach? It's this ludicrous. It's like the these days when we have less and less people being apprenticed in the trades, and carpenters who come in and they say, well, I got the skill and I don't need to be apprenticed. I can learn it on my own. And well, some of them do, and they get by without some one mentoring or coaching them, but they never become super effective because they didn't learn the basics. They didn't learn some of the valuable traits unless they stay in the trades for years. And even then, sometimes they still don't pick up things to make them even better because they never had a coach. So I want to encourage you today. Whether you gotta beg, borrow, and steal or find the money, you need a coach, even if it's for only a short time with what you can afford. But most coaches, if you get the right coach, and I'm not saying to get any coach because there's a lot of coaches who don't know what the heck they're doing. They just found a loophole to how to make some money without working that hard. So watch, hiring a coach that doesn't have testimonies, that doesn't have a track record of success in his life or career. If they haven't been super successful at what they're teaching you, they're probably not worth listening to. Now, does failure mean they can't teach you something? Yeah, if they failed at it at times, there's actually benefits from someone who's failed because you learn more from failure than success. But it has to be someone who's been out there in the trenches, who's actually done what you're going to do and knows what the pitfalls are and what the warning signs are and what the benefits are and what the things that would shortcut and make it your success quicker. You want to listen to someone like that. And they're not necessarily always the cheapest. Sometimes they're the most expensive. But through most of my career, probably I would be willing to say anywhere from 15 to 20 years of my 50-year something lifespan, I've had a coach at some point in my life. I've had time where I actually had up to, I had 3 coaches at the same time at one point that were overlapping, and were giving me different training. One was, helping me with speaking and platform selling, and another one was helping me with creating products and DVDs and coaching me to be able to, put together, products, on film and to create them so I could actually sell them online. And another one was helping me with business basics and marketing and all that. And so there's so many benefits from coaches because you learn the things and the shortcuts that sometimes could take you years to learn, and some you may never learn at all because some things just are not automatic. And so why waste so much time when you think you're saving money by not hiring a coach? In reality, paying the right coach at the right price can actually make you more money and actually save you a ton. You can say, how can it save you a ton of money if you're paying them all this money? Because the experiences of loss, like I've experienced in business at times, can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars by making mistakes in business, like I have. You making those mistakes, they're not sometimes small mistakes, they're big mistakes, and they can be really costly. So I would have happily and gladly paid someone $1,000 or $2,500 a month to have avoided hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and bankruptcy with one of my first companies. I would have gladly paid that. I thought I could do it on my own without someone else helping me, and I was wrong. I didn't know any better. But when I found that out, it was too late. And so why do that? Same thing with marriage. I remember early on in my wife and I's marriage, we had, gone through counseling, and we had counseling for at least a good 3 years, consistently. And then after that, it was kind of random counseling. But we all need coaches. We all need counselors. We all need mentors. We all need someone who's been there, who knows more than we know, so that we don't have to make the mistakes and have to go through the hardships and the pain, that can go with starting out doing something you're really not 100% sure about or how to be successful in. And so, personally, I think everyone should have a coach, at least for certain seasons in their life, especially if they're going to start a business. Please, if you're going to start a business, or you're in a business currently, or your business is not going the way you want it to, or it's not growing like you'd like it to, get a coach. Do your research, interview interview a dozen coaches if you need to find the right one that's a good fit for you. And don't just take the cheapest one, because sometimes you get what you pay for. Make sure you get someone who can impact your life, and not just sometimes just the single-minded main thing that you're hiring them for. you also want someone who's well-rounded, who can actually help you balance your life out. Sometimes I see people so focused on just building and growing their company profits that they forget about taking care of their family life and their relationship and their health and their eating habits. So they end up destroying their health and their marriage in the process of building something successful. And so they succeed in business and fail in life. So that's not worth it either. So it's important to make sure someone's helping you balance your life in all those areas so you're not making the mistakes. And one of the things I think will happen here in the near future is we'll see more and more spiritual advisors, spiritual coaches, like myself, where we can, actually get guidance on how to walk with God, how to grow in God, how to learn more about God, who He is, and how He fits into your life, and how does He fit in with your business and your prayer life and your relationships and your marriage and your friendships and all that. I believe that's another wave that's coming, that we'll begin to see that, because, a pastor's message once a week, for 45 minutes is certainly not enough when it's a generic message and it's not geared toward helping you. It's not enough to necessarily get your spiritual life where it needs to be or where God wants it to be. So I see that there as well. So anyway, I think you got the point. That I believe you should have a coach. I've, spent, tens of thousands, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaches over the years. And I believe it's made me a much better person, much stronger, much more well-rounded, much more knowledgeable, much more capable business person, husband, friend, speaker, teacher, all that as a result of having great mentors, coaches, and leaders in my life. So if you haven't convinced you already at this point, then obviously do what you want. But if you really want to make a difference and you want to see an impact in your life be different, find a good coach and tell me about it. Comment below. Let me know if that, how that's helped you, or if you need some recommendations, or if I can help you myself. Let me know. I really want to see and hear the testimonies of stories that have, changed your life as a result of having somebody speak into your life, or someone who's already done it up to this point that's gotten you where you are. I'd love to hear about it. Give me your comments. Share this with others if it's blessed you, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to our channel. And let's change the world together, and let's be teachable and allow someone else to speak into our lives so we can speak into other people's lives and really make a difference in the earth.
We hope you were blessed with the message today from Matthew Miglin, the voice of prosperity. If so, make the world better by sharing this with a friend to help them prosper as well. To learn more about this and other resources, visit Matthew at voiceofprosperity.com.